And it's good to be back. It's been a while. How are you, sir?
Been far too long. Far
Far
too
too
long.
long. Far too long. Yeah, sure. You're not
I am
wrong.
I am I am good. I am fantastic. How is
I-
everybody?
Everybody is breathing. It's the best. That's the best.
What more could you ask for?
I don't ask for. I don't ask for more than that because I figure if I ask for more than that, then I get extra shit and I don't need it. So it is what it is, man. But it's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you,
Thank you,
man.
sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, man. Listen, it's been a massive cluster F for a while. I'm trying to not cuss for the YouTube algorithm. Um, I'm sure
Is
that'll
that for
go.
real? Is that a real thing?
I
Because I'm
have
seeing a lot
no.
of people still cursing
Me too,
and
and I
still doing their thing. So
I honestly don't know. And if I'm being honest, I don't actually care, but I'll give it a shot if it means viewership will go up. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I chose this topic for the day, because it's one that I know we touch on.
what's going on? What's going on?
All right.
What's been on your brain, sir?
Oh my God. So, all right. So,
All right, my bad. That's a loaded question.
that's that is
Give me
a
one thing that's been on your brain lately.
unfortunately politics.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I've had to pay more attention to politics. And
the greatest arena for debate.
the greatest arena for debate and division, as far as I can see. Um, you
Listen, I'm not even going to argue that.
it,
That is quite true.
it especially nowadays. You have so right now, at least from my perspective, it seems like there are Democrats, then super Democrats, right? And then you've got
I call them
Republicans.
liberals.
Yeah, yes, the ultra liberals, right. And then you
The super
have
Democrats and liberals. Yeah.
and then you've got the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's what I'll call it, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And then you've got the Republicans, and then you've got the MAGA Republicans, the ultra MAGA Republicans. So you've got ultra MAGA versus supercalifragilistic. And I don't.
Those are, but the super conservative. I mean, the super Republicans are the conservatives.
No, you know what? I don't.
But now, which is why I said this was a beautiful thing, is that you have division amongst the conservatives. The conservatives have now split
Right.
into the MAGA
And
and
then
the anti.
right.
The
And
anti-MAGA,
so
you know,
let's undress it. So
because MAGA to me, like the MAGA people are the extremists.
yes, just like the
They're the
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious are
equivalent.
extremists.
They're the equivalent of ISIS or Hamas or anything like that.
Okay, that's an interesting comparison there, sir. And the reason I say that is because, all right, let's start at the top. Donald Trump. Why?
At the top,
He is.
still,
He is.
still,
He is. Four indictments, 91 counts, and a civil fraud trial, which he's pretty much already lost. The judge in Goron in New York ruled that he did overinflate his assets and he did defraud uh, his investors by claiming that his properties were worth way more than they actually were, which by
okay.
its very definition is fraud. If your insurance companies and your
In the
loan,
books.
he cooked the books, right? If your loans and your insurance is contingent upon your statement of financial status and everything else, and you inflate that to something that's not what it is, then yes, you have committed fraud. So the judge has already ruled that he defrauded. He's guilty on that. The reason he's on trial in New York now, while the Attorney General Letitia James has brought it to trial, or is still continuing with the trial, is to determine damages and how much he will have to pay, and whether or not he'll be able to continue to operate businesses in New York. Now, Alina Habba, who is his lawyer, his current lawyer, because all the rest never got paid, so they're like, "Nah, we ain't fucking with you." And I guess what other lawyers he has, but Alina Habba is like his main go-to shorty. And I don't know if she got her law license out of a cereal box or not. Seems like it. But number one, she forgot to mark the box on the paper that says we would like a jury trial, because I think it's in New York and maybe other states or whatever. To get a jury trial, there's a check box that you mark that says, yes, I would like a jury and not a bench trial, which is what they're currently going through. So the judge himself is going to rule instead of a jury of his peers, because she or whoever forgot to check a box. Again, great lawyer there. She's fantastic. Round of applause. She's
great.
She's
like the equivalent of a public defender.
Not even, because they actually checked the box. So, no, she's obviously she got her law license. I don't know how much longer she will have it after this, but she definitely has her law license and law degree and all that. So, as I've listened to the trial, and again, this is just a civil trial. So, in a criminal trial, you have to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. In a civil trial, it's a little less severe. You don't have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. You have to prove it up to, just like, this makes sense.
Like why, okay. Like up to why you felt right. We felt the need to bring this up.
Right. So, and of course they're attacking the judge, the law clerk of the judge. He's had a gag order put on him, sort of, kind of. Gag order is basically so that you're not supposed to say anything about anybody in this trial at all. Like, you're supposed to keep your mouth shut. Don't go on your Truth Social or any of your other crap and talk crap about the judge or his law clerk. And of course, now this is kind of where it sort of leans into speculation for me and things like that. Because again, I am not a lawyer. I have never practiced law. I don't play one on TV. But what I do know is that whether or not their main thing is his law clerk apparently is a donor to Democrats, meaning she has given money to Democratic causes and politicians and whatnot, as is her right to do. You know what I'm saying? But the law has no partisanship. The law is the law, period. That, at least that's what I've always been told, and that's what I want to believe. Now, do I always agree with the law? No, obviously not. I'm a black man from Queens. Obviously, I don't believe in the law.
Like I said before, who defines the law?
Right.
And the law is the law until you find your way around it, or you can change the law, because laws can be changed. So it's not like the law is the law, and this is stamped and sealed. This will never be anything else other than that. No, the law is contingent on your acceptance of it,
and that's fair. Okay, I don't have to agree with the law to abide by the law. But if you go, like, if you remember during his debate with Hillary, way back now, he said,
it's a shame how long ago that was.
It really is. He said something along the lines of, or she was making a point that he goes around the tax code and finds loopholes, and he said, and I quote, well, that makes me smart. That makes me smart because I know how to get around the tax laws. So you pretty much admitted that, yeah, you will commit fraud just because you know how to get around the loopholes. So technically, I mean, you're guilty.